So today I woke up to a fairly big surprise. Nvidia has finally dropped the bomb for the GTX 1080 Ti. And boy was it a big surprise as the card was announced earlier last night. Now what I think is going to be one of the biggest surprises to me is the fact that Nvidia is apparently claiming this new card to be faster than the already top of the line Titan X graphics card. Which seems a bit of odd. So in terms of the card specs, the card is said to have 3,584 CUDA cores and 11 gigabytes of GDDR5X memory running at 11 gigabytes per second. And so far of what we know, the boost clock is going to be around 1.5 gigahertz or so. We still don't know what the base clock is going to be. But judging from it has the same amount of CUDA cores, 1 gigabyte less video memory than the Titan X, but the same amount of cores, and a higher boost clock speed is kind of saying a lot. And Nvidia are claiming that the GTX 1080 Ti will be around 35% faster than the already powerful GTX 1080, which is quite a big improvement over the last generations with Maxwell and also the 700 series, where the 980 Ti was only somewhat of a 20% increase over the 980. Now the TDP of the graphics card is going to be 250 watts with a single 6-pin and 8-pin connector. Well, 2 connectors. Nvidia also promises a 2 gigahertz overclock on pretty much all of the GTX 1080 Ti graphics cards. It's also said that the pricing is going to be around $699 in the US and around $650 in the UK. The 1080 Ti also has reduced ROPs to 88 rather than the Titan X's 96. Now the thing that gets me about this graphics card is Nvidia are claiming it to be like the top, the king graphics card, the most advanced graphics card in the GTX lineup, which is kind of a bit odd to me considering they've just basically made the £1,000 and $1,200 graphics card known as the Titan X irrelevant? I mean, it doesn't make any sense now to buy the Titan X that costs almost twice as much when Nvidia are saying that this card will be faster. It will have 1 gigabyte less memory, yes, but they're claiming it to be faster. And I'm pretty sure that the 1 gigabyte of memory is not really going to make much of a difference, considering, especially if you're a gamer, 11 gigabytes is plenty enough. So with all that, Nvidia is saying this card will also be launching next week on March 10th, I believe, and I can't wait to see how it performs next to, well, its bigger brother, its smaller brother, and even its predecessor, the 980 Ti. So let me know what you think about this new graphics card and Nvidia's claims. Would you still think that the Titan X Pascal is still worth buying, or will it just now be made irrelevant considering that, well, the 1080 Ti is going to be faster? Or would you maybe buy a normal 1080 considering now that Nvidia have said the pricing for the 1080 is going to be going down by around 100 into the 450 mark in the UK and 499 in the US or so. So what do you think? Would you get the 1080 Ti or a normal 1080? Or do you think the Titan X is still relevant? Because I don't know. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, unboxings and reviews. And this is Overclocked Mayhem, and I'll see you in the next video.